Hey guys, what's up? Today I got you a review on the weapons as such and what I think are the best weapons in Titanfall to use. This is purely my opinion. I may be wrong, they might not be the best guns. There could be guns with better statistics, I don't know, but personally these weapons are what I think are the best to use in Titanfall. First I'm going to start with the infantry weapons. The first one is the R101C carbine. This is the weapon you start with in the game, and I think it's still just the best weapon even if it's a starting weapon. It's easy to use, it's good at long range, and it just demolishes people. It's got an RPM of 810 and a max damage of 50 and a minimum damage of 40, which is quite impressive because with that difference it means no matter how far your target is, your damage will be relatively the same with a small difference. Which means it's good for all ranges and is a multi-purpose weapon, which is probably why it's one of the best in my opinion in the game. Its reload time is quite fast as well, with 2.2 seconds or 2.9 for the long, which is not too bad actually. It's going to have you loaded and ready for the next battle quite fast. In terms of attachments, I will normally run either extended or suppressor. Suppressor is helpful because it will keep you hidden from enemies, but it will reduce your effectiveness with the weapon's damage and also your range with it. So sometimes it's better just to roll the extended mag, but it depends on how your playstyle is. It's up to you really. When it comes to your sidearm, I would normally go for the RE45 pistol. That's my favourite pistol at the moment because it has a good spread on it, and it means you can definitely get your target about how fast they move around. Because normally if you run out of bullets with your assault, it's because the enemies move around quite a lot, and so a full burst pistol like that is quite useful. Then again, it's up to you because you might not use the secondary a lot in this game. You may find that you're never caught in a situation where you have to use it, only in rare circumstances, which is what I've found so far, because obviously this is only a 6v6, so the chances of you running into 3 or more players is probably quite rare, and probably only then would you be stretched using a pistol. Ordnance, I would always run satchel charges because they are the most effective thing and you can throw them quite far, which is rather effective. They're always the best thing to go for when you want to kill lots of enemies, especially if you're playing attrition and you want to take out a lot of grunts. They will without fail kill any player that's caught in the blast radius of them. And last but not least, the Titan weapon. For me, it's got to be the 40mm cannon. That thing is amazing. It's really good against Titans for doing lots of damage. It's also rather effective if you hit your targets with infantry. If you've got good aim, you can obliterate them in one shot. And a one-shot weapon is always good. It's got a rounds per minute of 90. And this is the fastest out of all of the Titan weapons with the exception of the chain gun. It's got a damage of 310 against infantry and 900 versus Titans. It's got a reload time of 3 seconds, making it joint first place with the triple threat for fastest reloading Titan weapon. If you hit all your shots correctly, you will definitely take down enemy Titans with this if they've got a chain gun or otherwise. It's also a good weapon for range. If you zoom in, your accuracy will be largely increased and you'll be able to hit your target spot on provided they aren't moving out of your shot. It's not very hard to lead the targets either. This makes it quite effective for hitting those red hitboxes in the top of the Titans and on their backs. And also, of course, it's really effective against Spectres, especially with the splash damage. Thankfully they travel in groups, so it's easy to use the splash damage to kill all of them. Same goes for pilots as well. The splash damage will get you the kills. Obviously they're very hard to hit because they're quite fast, but as long as you hit in the general vicinity you will kill them with 2 or 3 shots, or if you hit them straight on, 1 shot kill. One manoeuvre I find to be useful is to try and hit as many grunts and non-player enemies as you can to activate your damage core, and then use that and you'll be able to obliterate a Titan instantly. Unfortunately I lost out to the quad rocket in this one, but I still managed to rack up a few kills with that, and I will go back and get the pilot later. However, one more shot and that Titan would have been doomed. Unfortunately he got the last shot. You want to make sure you keep reloading with the gun because there's nothing worse than getting caught while reloading. Obviously all Titan weapons have a relatively longer reload than you'd expect from a normal infantry weapon, so always be prepared with your dash so you can get behind cover and reload when you have to. Anyway, those are just my thoughts on the weapons and what is best to use and what I prefer to use. I'm sure you guys have your own brilliant loadouts. It's always worth going on and checking synfect.com to see if your weapons are slightly statistically better or worse than another setup you might be thinking about. That's the site I use for all these stats. Link is in the description. I hope you guys have enjoyed this. Thanks for watching. Leave a comment if you want, or a like, and even subscribe to see more of my content, and I'll see you guys in the next one.
Take it out before it gets away.